I think it's a very important task for economics to tackle this junction. Many of the most important decisions for economics are taken within families, decisions about education, for example, about how many children to have, and they interact very closely with migration. Where people want to live is a lot about what's going to happen to your children, so these two things are closely connected. I think there's really two very important parts to this. The first important part is economic growth. We know that in modern economies, income, people's well-being depends primarily on human capital, on their knowledge, on their skills. This is very much formed by families, decisions about education, and also by migration, because of course there's a lot of differences often in the skills that immigrants and natives have. These factors really combine to grow the human capital of an economy. The second big issue is inequality. Now, major economies grapple with huge inequality nowadays. And again, immigration, migration and families are very central to this, because we see that a lot of inequality in, say, education and earnings have to do with differences arising very early in development. So what families do in early years is very central. Also, peer effects are very important. Who do you live with in a neighborhood? Who are your neighbors? What are the role models that families respond to is very important. That reacts with migration and families at the same time. And so this overall agenda of understanding inequality and counteracting inequality is very closely connected to both families and migration. I think it's in fact essential to have workshops like this, in part because the research on these areas comes from very different areas. There's theoretical research on decision making, so it connects to microeconomic theory. There's empirical components to this, which is often done in very different areas of academia, sometimes not even economics, but other fields in the social sciences. And so bringing these different flows of research together in the same place, I think is very essential to have exchange between different researchers and really make progress on these issues.